Well, hey there, everybody, and happy Wednesday, and welcome to another segment of Weather Wednesdays with me, Maya Engel, live in our digital studio, and our chief meteorologist, Joe Charlevoix, live in the Weather Center. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Not bad getting through the shift here.
Yep. I know,
I
halfway
like
through
your
the
up
week.
north. I just noticed your up north sweatshirt. That's
Really
nice.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like it a lot too.
Yeah. And it looks
Just
warm.
missing, just needs live down here.
Right.
So, Joe, we are in the final stretch of Christmas time. We're just 5 days
Mhm.
away, and it certainly doesn't look like Christmas out there. And I know that's kind of been like the biggest thing we've been talking about the past couple days. Most people want a white Christmas. Well, we're not going to get one, right?
Yeah. At this point, I just don't think so. Some years I'm like, well, there might still be a little on the ground, or we're going to get snow. Last year, of course, we had that big blizzard just before Christmas.
Right.
Christmas Eve. That was a big one. But right now, I just don't see a lot of that. So let's dive into that if that's what you were talking about here. We'll get into the sunrise sunset times in a minute, but I want to go to your question first, and that is on a white Christmas. So here is a look at the snow on the ground currently. Oh, here it is. All right, this is snow cover. So that gives you an idea. Can you see it there, Maya?
Yep.
Not a lot. In years past, we've had those, you see the legend on the top. We've had 12, 18, 24 inches in some cases in the past. There's just not a lot of snow on the ground. And the issue going forward for a white Christmas is between now and Christmas, which is 5 days away, next Monday, we're going to get a lot of melting and no additional snow on top. So that's kind of the problem. Here is a historical chance. I don't know if I showed this last week or not, of a white Christmas, historically, going back the last 30 to 40 years or so. And again, as you get into northern Michigan, from Cadillac north into the UP, there's in most years, there's a 75 to 90% chance that you will get a white Christmas. And this is going to be one of those rare years where we don't.
Yeah.
The white areas up in the UP, the central UP and western UP, almost 100% chance of a white Christmas. There's just not a lot of snow on the ground. And I'll run out the long-range snow forecast. It just does not look very good because it's, here it is, because we're mainly looking at range. So here is through Monday. There's Christmas Day. Just no snow accumulation because it's going to be too warm. And even after that, we were talking on the news yesterday, maybe some snow the middle of next week, but even that doesn't look very likely. So there's the long-range forecast, almost a week and a half from now. And really, Maya, not much snow.
Oh, gosh.
Out there.
So I don't know if you'll know this answer. We kind of talked about this the other day, but do you know the last time that we didn't have a white Christmas in Northern Michigan?
I've actually been asked that a fair amount. I've had some emails, some folks writing in on Facebook, social media. That data is hard to find.
Yeah.
You have to go back and look at, I think, the snow depth on the ground on December 25th, and those statistics are kind of hard to find.
Gotcha.
So it's sort of hard to say. I think 2012 was a very warm year, but at least in most years, Maya, you grew up in northern Michigan.
Yeah,
there's some snow on the ground.
Right. For the past couple years, definitely. I remember there being one year when I was still pretty young that it wasn't a white Christmas. But besides that, it seems like every year we have had one.
Yeah. And of course, last year we had that big storm, as you mentioned. One other little fun fact, and we both were like, yeah, I guess that's true. Today, it's still fall. It's not winter yet.
That's so weird to think about.
Yeah, it's still the fall season.
Right.
And so I'm going to I'll show you a little screen here of sunrise sunset times. So there it is. So sunrise today. Now it varies across where you are in northern Michigan. These are average numbers. 8:16. The sunset around 5:03. Tomorrow is the first day of winter. Look, a month from now, we're going to gain 33 minutes.
Nice.
In the morning, it's a slow process. We're only going to gain 3 minutes in the morning of daylight. We go from 8:16 to 8:13. And then at night, 5:03 to 5:33, we'll get a half hour of daylight just in the next month. Then there's the first day of spring. Quite the change, almost 8 o'clock sunset when we had 5:03 today. And then there's the first day of summer, which is 6 months from now. There it is, Maya. Sunrise before 6 o'clock. And you know what, Maya? You might, on the weekend have a bonfire, 9:30, the sun's still up on June 21st. So we're going to gain almost 7 hours of daylight. But tomorrow is the shortest day with the least amount of daylight around northern Michigan. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And in case any of you folks watching have any questions for Joe, you can leave a comment below. Paul says, hi, guys. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Maxine says, good evening.
Hi, Maxine.
Thanks so much for joining us. So far, no questions. Anything else?
No. One more thing I want to show, though, is hi, John. One more thing I do want to point out, since we are talking about Christmas, is just if you have travels. Here's a little bit of look at what we're expecting. So there's Saturday, maybe a shower or two in the afternoon. Sunday, cloudy, maybe a sprinkle. And then you see that system off to the west of us, right there, coming in. We have a south wind, and right now it appears we'll probably get at least our northern and western counties some rain Saturday afternoon and evening. Or I'm sorry, Christmas Day.
Okay.
Afternoon and evening. Just rain. And the thought yesterday was that, well, as this system departs, cold air will work in behind it and switch this over to snow, maybe some heavy snow. But this stays west of us, and we still have that warm south flow. So look at Tuesday. Just rainy showers.
Yeah, that's gross.
And then Wednesday, too. Not much of a changeover to snow. So that's kind of what we're dealing with next week. And then that'll head out of here, and maybe a little bit of a cool down later in the week. But that's why, again, we really don't have much snow. Just know, though, if you are traveling, next week, you might run into some rain, across the state. So we're just kind of pointing that out, too.
So Scott is asking if you think we'll have measurable snow at some point this winter.
Yes, I do. We already have.
Going on.
I'm just looking up the stats here real quick. I don't have them in a graphic form, but this is easy to look up real fast here. So on that note about measurable snow. Okay, so here's what I was looking at. So, I'm just going to name a few spots here. Traverse City has had 19 inches so far. Normal is 21. So Traverse City's, believe it or not, had 94% of the normal snowfall so far. So you're actually close to average. I think it just came in one or two big systems.
Yeah.
Petoskey's had almost 18 inches, normally about 28. So they're running about 10 inches below normal in Petoskey. Gaylord's had 27, normally 42.
Oh, wow.
I'm just naming a few towns here. Sault Ste. Marie's had almost 36 inches. Normal, by the way, 36.
Oh, there you go.
So, well, and I know Houghton Lake has had about 6.5, normally about 17, 18 for that area. What I'm trying to say with that is, even though we've had a mild stretch here, and I think it's magnified because it's around Christmas time.
Right.
But we have had, for some spots, fairly close to average snowfall, believe it or not. It just doesn't feel like it.
And you know what? Some people are happy to not have snow. Marge says, no snow, please. Leslie says, I'm happy with no snow, LOL.
Yeah, and I have to walk a fine line with that, because if you like to travel and things like that, of course it's good. You don't want to be traveling through icy, snowy roads. But I also know a lot of folks make their living off snow, plow drivers, ski resorts, things like that. So anyway, but it is the facts. It's just, that's the situation we're in right now, Maya.
Yeah.
So.
Susan says hi from Kalkaska. Dawn says good evening from Rogers City. Dry here. And John said, I heard 2 big snows in March.
Well, John, if that's true, you're a better forecaster than me, because I don't know. I hope we may. That might have been from the
Maxine
old
says-
Farmer's Almanac or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Maxine says, sorry to those who want snow, but I'm loving the weather.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
it goes either way.
right, exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a New Year. We'll be back. Yeah, I'm in next Wednesday. Are you in next Wednesday?
I'm in next Wednesday.
Well, we'll have maybe a New Year's edition of
Ooh,
weather.
there we
Let's
go.
see, maybe then a week from now I'll have a better idea if we're going to get some snow, perhaps.
Right, and who knows? Maybe things will change before then.
Yeah.
Don said, great for the guys who sail the Great Lakes. I have 3 sailors on the lakes.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good way to look at it. And Leslie says, Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year, everyone. Well, thanks, Leslie. Merry Christmas to you as well. And I think on that note, this could be a good place to wrap things up. So like Joe said, we hope you all have a lovely holiday season. And please join us tonight on Up North Live News at 11 for more local news and more weather. If you thought Joe just gave a forecast now, just wait until Up North Live News at 11. You'll see the real
putting the pressure on, aren't you?
Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone. We'll see you at 11.
See ya.